Is just a few days after the guy went into Planned Parenthood in Colorado, shot 9 people, killed 3 people. We saw a Black Lives Matter protest where 5 people were shot by 3 or 4 men just a week ago. Peter, this has become part of like pretty much everyday life in America. Why are we even discussing any other issues when every few days we see people getting slaughtered by other Americans?
I am rarely at a loss for words, but I am very close to being at a loss for words. I mean, the pace of these things seemingly is increasing. We're going from regular mass shootings to multiple mass shootings within a week. And the premise of these things, that, if you will, the drama that unfolds is remarkably similar. Somebody just goes in and shoots up some location. Sometimes it's completely random, like a movie theater. Sometimes it has kind of a weird political twinge to it, like with Planned Parenthood. The mass shooting in San Bernardino, we really don't know which one it is. It could be another classic American mass shooting of disgruntled employees. Who really knows? But again, at the end of it all, it doesn't matter. It is just happening so frequently now in the United States that it starts to blend into the background noise of our lives. And that is a terrifying statement about our country. The rest of the world must look at us and just be unable to understand what really is going on in the heads of apparently so many of our fellow Americans.
Right. Well, it's rare that you'd have multiple attackers in a workplace violence incident. But yeah, I mean, Josh, what does it say about us that faced with increasing mass shootings, the pace has actually increased since, attacks like Newtown and Aurora?
Well, I covered this, I don't know, 3 or 4 mass shootings ago for Latest. And if you look at, mass shootings and what, say, some gun control advocacy groups define as mass shootings, which is a shooting involving 4 or more people, they're not actually going up. Like the rest of crime in America, it's trending downward on sort of a larger term scale. But if you then, Mother Jones did a report where if you take away, domestic shootings, crime, like, gang-related things, and get down to just sort of these spectacle murder incidents, they are increasing in frequency, if not in number. Starting with Columbine, you had a couple years before the next one. And then there was Columbine, there was a couple shortly after, and then you have a span of years. And there was another one, I think it was Virginia Tech, and then you have a span of years. But now it was a span of months, and now it was a span of weeks. Now it seems to be a span of days before we get the next rampage shooting event. So is it a gun control issue? Is it a crime issue? Is it a media coverage issue? Is it because it's such a predictable spectacle that it's, driving people who have this urge for violence and attention to seek it this way, So I think there's a lot more. It's a much bigger question than just gun control, even though gun control is a huge issue.
I guess a part of it is how we also define mass shooting, whether you're talking about something like this, what you call a spectacular event, or, 2 or 3 more people being shot at once, which could be, crime or violence.